Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin report for Wednesday, the July 7th. And what we're looking at here is the DXY on the monthly chart. Okay, so US dollar. So just trying to, I just want to just shoot the breeze a little bit about this particular pattern here. And, I mean, Bitcoin's, apparently going up because they're printing more money, diluting the strength of the dollar. So probably important to understand this to a point. Now, we've had this move down through here and a corrective wave back up here and then an impulsive wave down through to here. So we're just trying to figure out what this is here. And it's not that we have any answers, but there's a couple of things that we can look at here. So we know we've got an impulse wave to the upside here, which we could call, I've just called it wave A for the time being. It could be wave 1. And then we've got this A, B, and C here, back here for either the B wave or wave 2 here. And then it's very clear here that we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and ABC for 4 and up for 5. So we've got this impulse wave here. So we could have it up as an A and a B and a C wave here. Now, the probability or the weight of that is quite good when we just look at that, because I would have to say, you can see how long, like if I call this wave 1 here, right, instead of wave A, it's a nice ABC here, but the time that it spent in doing it was more time than it took for this to be wave 1 here, which is not normally the case. So we'd normally, if you had 8 days up here, then you would have 5 days as a correction, or if you had 13 days up here, you'd have 8 days as a correction. But this has got the weight, so it would be logical to put it as a B wave based off just that there. This 5-wave structure, well, it's impulsive, so we could look up and say, well, okay, could this be wave 3 here? We could go, okay, can that be wave 1 and 2 and 3 here? Well, that's possible. This high here, then if we call that wave 1 here and then back for wave 2 here, just saying, and then up for wave 3 here and back for wave 4. Well, wave 4, the A wave of wave 4 has overlapped the top of wave A here. So we can't call that wave 3 up here. We could call it wave 1. We could go wave 1 here and wave 2 here, then wave 1 here, then an A and a B and a C wave for wave 2 here, and then go up further. So that's all possible. So it can't be wave 3. So if we take the low here, roughly speaking, and to the high up there, roughly speaking, then that would leave us the 50 and the 61.8% here. So we're going to get support in that space there anyway. Doesn't matter what we've got, that will be that low end here of that 61.8% will play a part, that price, that 84.80 sort of area, 80, let's just call it 85. So that 85 is going to be a strong hold there for that. So it's possible to look at this as wave 1 and 2 here, and then wave 1 here, and an A and a B and a C for wave 2 here. The C wave here for wave 2 is rather sharp. Like, it's just as sharp as wave A. Wave A is normally the sharpest, and wave C is normally quite sort of lazy, like compared to wave A here. It's normally a bit lazier here for that. So it's got the ability down here to look like more impulsive at this point. But the other point here too, let's just say that this is right as an A wave here and a B wave here and a C wave up here, then that would leave that down for 1 here and back for 2 here. But we've got the same problem again. If we call this wave 1 here, you can see how time consuming wave 2 was here. You know, I mean, so yeah, I mean, it's more like a B wave here, except the C wave here is rather sharp when it should be on more of an angle. So apart from that, there being looking more like a B wave rather than wave 2, then yeah, the whole thing looks sort of quite bearish. But at the same time, if we just go to, you know, that means that this move here down from the top here, coming down here would still need to come lower here for wave 1 and wave 2 and 3, 4, 5, if the dollar is actually going to you know, dilute further as they continue to print. But you know, I mean, it has moved down, but for the amount of money that they've printed, it hasn't diluted that much, has it? I mean, I'm just saying. So I don't know how that story holds up, so to speak, or there's a tipping point in it all. You know, I suppose that will come through in the CDS market, credit default swaps, and then back all through that way. And will people want US dollars out of the repo market and whatnot? You know, will they want US dollars at all? But it's a long way off for all of that. That's you know, it's years off. So yeah, so today I just wanted to talk about this a little bit here. You know, if Bitcoin, if this does move down further through here, you know, will that send Bitcoin to the upside as well? That's something that we need to go back and compare the charts a little bit. Just moving in here on the weekly chart here for a moment, just drilling in here for a bit. So yeah, so we just counted then as wave A here, and A, B, an A, an A, an A, and a B, and a C for the B wave, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. I'm using the Elliott wave labeling in TradingView, but I don't know how to. Does anybody know how to make, you know, this smaller and this one bigger? There's no sort of functionality for that. So we've been looking. We know that this move down through here is in 5 waves. So we could call it wave 1 here. Put this over here somewhere. And wave 2 here, we could call it wave 2 at that point. If we were going to call this wave 3 down here, this would only be wave 1 coming down here so far. So that from there to there, back to there, to there, to there, to there, and then we can just put this at intermediate scale, which would be here at intermediate degree. Okay, so that's okay. So yeah, we can look at that as wave 1 down at the 61.8% mark at 88 to 85, somewhere in there. And then this would be wave 2 coming back here. So yeah, what we're looking for at the moment is this is a little wave 4 here that can push higher, but then would look to come down into that space. So we can count 5 waves down from the top here for this. But this is what we've got to be careful. Once this 5 from the top here, once this 5 waves finishes here, you know, will that create just a bullish move up through here? And then we'll see, you know, if that's going to affect Bitcoin, then that would push Bitcoin way back down. I mean, Bitcoin is only, you know, retraced, I don't know, 40, 50% or whatever. I mean, most of the corrections that it's moved, you know, at least sort of around the 80%. So it's possible to push it down further at that point. But we're looking at 5 waves from that top down to that bottom there. So I'll just go into the daily chart and check on that for a moment. So I've got it as a B wave up here, and then in orange, minor wave 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 down here for the third wave, fourth wave, and fifth wave to make the third. So then we've got the A, the B, and the C wave here to make wave 4, and then down for wave 5, so down at 88 to 85 sort of area. And that could be wave C, or it could be wave 1, that point 2. So let's just clone that. Yeah, so this is wave 4. We've got this C wave here. We're tracking 5 waves in that C wave to the upside. So that can come back up to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here. So that can still move up further. It could just come to the top of the wave A here and fold over, or it could come to, well, the bottom end is the 38.2% retracement level, and then the other side, the top up here, is the wave 4. So probably, put that back on wave 5 there. I'll put that down here a little bit further. So in a nutshell, we're looking for 5 waves to the upside here. I know that this little first move here is wave 1 and 2 here, but I don't know what this is here. I don't know if we should look at this as wave 1 here with an A and a B and a C here, almost a running flat correction in there for that. I don't know that. The rest of it I understand, and I know that in this little length here, we've still got a new high to make here, so I won't go into that, but we're close. But we'll keep updating this as we go. But we normally do this in the Australian video, but I'll do it now and again in the Bitcoin video, because I want to see for myself what the relationship is between you know, these currencies and Bitcoin, such. So yeah, okay. That said, sorry to take up so much time with all of that. So this is the crypto index, the top 10 cryptos, and yeah, it's traveling along quite nicely. So we were looking at this here being, well, this could be wave A here, by the way, or wave B. It doesn't really matter. But we can count 5 waves in this move here. Not all markets offer a nice 5-wave structure up through here, but Ethereum does, and this one does. So we can look at it as wave 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here. This is how we've been counting it, and then 1 and 2 here. So yeah, so if that's going to be the case, then we need to move up here and make new highs. So making a new high above here would be, because if that move down here is in, let's just say it's in 5 waves. If it's in 5 waves, then this would be the ABC correction back up to here, and then it would drop at this point. So taking that top out there will give us another leg to the further to the upside. So it's all about that, and we can look at that more so on Ethereum. So let's open up Ethereum here for a moment. So we can look at this as wave 1 and 2 here. And then we can look at this as wave 1 and 2 here. And then wave 1 and 2 here, as we were looking at here before. So once again, we can also take out that nice clean break at that top there would confirm that we're going to be going further up at that point. Otherwise, our other analyst, Kittiapon, who's in Thailand, he's got this count here, which I kind of like. I think it's quite good. So it would probably destroy Bitcoin at this point, and it would probably send it bearish. But this is another way to count it. So wave 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 here, and 5 here. There is a bit of an overlap here, so we can just either take that on the chin, whatever. But we'd also need to see this move down at this point. So we don't want to see, in this case, we won't see a new high above this wave B here. We would just see this move down in 5 waves here before moving up there. So 5 waves up here, that would make wave A or wave 1, depending. So we could just put in here 1 stroke A, that kind of thing here, and 2. Not that it matters at this point in time. We'll see how quickly this move up here goes. Does it look like a wave 3 or does it look like a lazy C wave? You know, that kind of thing. So, but yeah, this presents a good case. But if this was going to move all the way down through here, Bitcoin hasn't really produced a nice like 5-wave structure like this. It's struggling a little bit, which we'll look at in a moment. So yeah, that's that really. That would make a nice A, B, and C wave here for that B wave top. So we put that on that high there. So we really need to see that drop from that point. Let's just have a look at, this is my count here, where we've got wave 1 and 2 here and 1 and 2 here, pulling back to those 50-60% retracement levels each time. So we've just been working it. We weren't sure what was going to come of it. And here, this is where it can change. So, I mean, I've got 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here, but I was very unsure about this little move down through here. Yes, it came to the 61.8%, and that was nice, but it was a bit tricky to count as either corrective or impulsive. So it left us with the idea of the market going into new highs or turning from here. So if I just go to the tick chart, so first of all, I can just take this here. I could probably put that on top there now. But let's just go to the tick chart and just resolve this to a point. So, yeah, we've got 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here. That could be counted in different ways. And then 1 and 2 here. See, this one here, I couldn't figure out if it was an ABC or an impulse wave. But the thing here is that here it's pretty clear we've got this either as 1 and 2 here and 3 here, or we've got this as the B wave here. This box is the 61.8%, and that's at 2,300. So we're just trying to figure out if we're going to get support on top of that level. So now that that's moved back down to that point, we would have had it over here. We can move it across to here. We may have even been triggered in, but that would be the place there for that now. And yeah, that looks like 1 and 2 here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for third wave, fourth wave, and we'll have to assume that's the fifth wave. So if that was the case, it would just come back 50-60%, A wave being the sharpest. So an A and a B and a C wave coming here and then moving back up. You might be able to go along on the B wave here. But this is basically where it, you know, this is the place that it can pull down at this point. So just to recap this on Ethereum, because Ethereum's stronger than Bitcoin. Where are we here? So we've either got this situation where we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then an A and a B and a C wave down through to here, or we've got on the 1 hour chart here, we've got 1 and 2 here and 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here, and we need to make a new high so we can go long above that high, or technically that high. But this is where it can change trend at this particular point in time. Now the Bitcoin market is much weaker and softer, so that's why I wanted to leave it to last, so you've got a good idea. Now with Bitcoin on the daily chart here, we can look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here, which would make sense. And then we've got an ABC pattern here for the B wave and then down for the C wave. We can also look at it as an expanded flat, a bit of a long shot, but I have to say this this pattern here on this date here, when you look at the miners, oh, we could just do that for a second, couldn't we? So let me just find this. Let me just go to a watch list. It should be in, should have them in this one somewhere. It should be up here somewhere. Okay, here we go. So I'll go to Riot first because it'll make a little bit more sense. So with Riot here, that date here is 17th of February or whatever, okay? So that's the February date there. And we can look at this as an A and a B and a C wave over here for this. I won't go into all of this at the moment. And then if we look at Mara, Mara's got, so if we look to the same date, which is this one here, that's the 17th of February here. In this case, we've got an expanded flat, haven't we? We've got an A wave here, an ABC, an ABC for the B. There's not 5 waves up here. So so this makes a nice A, B, and C for the B wave, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So in a nutshell, Mara has got this expanded flat correction going on here. So the 17th of February there. So if we look at this over here and go here, then, well, the 21st of February probably get it a bit better, but in there anyway, whatever, very close at that point, right? So it's possible to look at it like this, all right? But we want to see, you know, we got to see this move up, but it's this high here hasn't made a new high above this previous high here like it has done for Ethereum. Ethereum took that high out from this high, took that high out. Bitcoin hasn't taken this high out here. So we can just move in here for this and look at it in a couple of different ways. So firstly, we're looking at it the same as Ethereum, as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. And that's okay. But if this low here was breached, then that would destroy that pattern. I suppose we could look at it as wave 1 here, an A and a B and a C wave over here for 2, but yeah, possible. But then, you know, he's trying to make things fit at that point. So let's just wait and see. Let's just see if this low here holds. Or we make a new low here. Because if we make a new low here, the obvious thing to look at would be this move that's come down from wave 4 here. As my triangle pattern, as wave 4 here down to wave 5 here, then we'll have to look at that as wave 1. And then this here is the A wave, a B wave, or an A wave to here, B wave to here, and a C wave to here to make wave 2 here. So that would be wave 1 and 2 here. Then that would be down for 1 and back for 2, down for 1 and back for 2, and then, you know, moving down further at this point. But like I said, if this, in terms of Elliott, and just even normal TA, you know, I mean, if this, we got these higher lows here, if one of them's breached, well then in Elliott terms, that would really sort of chuck a spanner in the works, and we would need to look at this structure as being the ABC pattern at that point. And there is a case for this, there's a case for having this as 5 waves down here and 3 waves back up here. So we can look at that on the tick chart actually, but we'll just keep drilling in here for a moment. So this is how it would look here with 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 here, and then 1 here and 2 here as we were going on yesterday. But I find it very difficult now because, well, first of all, it hasn't done it on Ethereum, but it's done it here. It's broken that low there. So I suppose we could try to get 5 waves out of this of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 or something, and then an A and a B and a C back here. That's fine. But you'd want to see the market, you know, move up from that point. Like I said, taking out that low is not good. Taking out this low is not good. And before in the bigger picture, I was talking about taking out that low here. You know, if they're breached, then it just makes everything sort of corrective. So I did have this move down from the top here, as noted before, as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave to that low there. But then we had that little move up and that move down here. So that could make that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. And then this move up through here, we can count it as, if I look at that spike here, as an A wave, a B wave, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. So we can count this down as wave 1 and put that back there as wave 2. And we'll see that on the tick chart, which I've got here somewhere. You know, I don't like to be the bearer of bad news, but wave 1 here, 2 here, all the way down for 3 here, 4 here, and 5 here, and then the A, the B, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, coming back up to the 78.64, wave 5 C of 2 here. So looking at that, down for 1 here, back for 2 here, down for 1 here, back for 2 here, because it's quite clearly that, you know, there's not 5 waves in this point here. You know, it's just, I'll label it so you can get an idea. And that would be the wave C there at that point. So that would be 1 and 2 here, and that would be 1 and 2 and 3. That would be all of wave 3 to that point. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the C wave. So then it just leaves all of this here. So yeah, taking that low out here, that would confirm that this is an ABC pattern here. I mean, because the other thing here is that if I've got this wrong here, yeah, I mean, I think the only way that I think about it is that I could look at this as a wave A here, a wave B here, and a wave C here. But then it's still hard to go up for 1 here. I can't do that. Do you know what I mean? I'm locked. I can't do that. So just whichever way I turn, it's troublesome. So yeah. So Bitcoin is weaker, and we can see that. Let's just double check on our just got to change watch lists here for a moment. This is ETH and Bitcoin here, so yeah, we've moved up a little bit. We're in the 61.8% here now, so we've got this nice 5 waves down. Here's wave A and a B, and this is a nice C wave. You see it's a bit sort of slopey, slowing down. It's reluctant sellers. And then up, so it's making this nice. So Ethereum is going to lead Bitcoin. So as I mentioned over the last few days or week or whatever, is that now that we've got this turn, if you're a trader, you would be looking really to trade ETH on the long side, and Bitcoin on the short side. But anyway, let's see. Well, I need to pull this apart here, and we'll just see what it does at the 61.8% first. We'll see if it turns down, then I'll start counting these up here and see where we are here, because, you know, it could be down for 1 and back for 2 and down for 3, 4 and 5 and continue down further. We don't know that yet, but yeah, it does look impulsive to the upside here for ETH, and because it's on this side, this is ETH here against Bitcoin. Yeah, so Ethereum is stronger in that regard. So yeah, all good. Okay, so that's it, guys and girls. Bitcoin is tilting towards the bearish side, and with Ethereum, we just really have to watch this little bit in here now. This is where it can drop and turn from this point. So let's see how that plays out here. Yeah, bit of a tough spot really with all of this, but let's just see how we go. Alrighty, cheers.